You've got it tuned to KEXP. We're listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle, streaming worldwide at kexp.org. I'm Cheryl Waters. We're live on KEXP with one of my favorite bands. It's Rolling Blackouts, Coastal Fever. It's been way too long.
Too long.
Way too long.
I can't believe I'm looking at your smiling faces. You're all holding instruments, which is fantastic for us. You want to play us some new songs and then we'll catch up?
Yeah.
Sure.
Rolling Blackouts, Coastal Fever, live on KEXP.
Doesn't matter. I tap it just to find out the way it shatters. Caught between two lies. Why won't he reply when it all comes apart? One true heart. Desolation bar road all around your home. If you were in the boat, would you
listening to Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever live on KEXP.
You're mine.
It's Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever live on KEXP, playing songs from the new album Endless Rooms, out on Sub Pop Records.
This one coming up, it's called Blue I Like. Just gotta tune these guitars.
There's a lot of them in this band.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things.
Falling
It's Rolling Blackouts, Coastal Fever live on KEXP. Ooh, I'm dancing around. I'm good. I wore my dancing shoes, but I'm about to fall over. Gotta keep stable on my feet here.
This one's the fastest one.
All right, I'm ready to dance.
This next song is called Cars in Space.
At long last, it's Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever back here live on KEXP. You know I'm a longtime fan of the band. I love that 3-guitar attack and the alternating vocals and such sparkling melodies and great songwriting. It is so great to have all of you back here in the studio. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Great to be back.
I feel like when I think back to 2020, I have a lot of mixed memories, but one of them is really a wonderful memory of playing Sideways to New Italy over and over and over, and me and the listeners got to get so excited about that record. And I'm so happy that you just played Cars in Space, and I imagine you're eager to be playing those new songs out on tour now as well.
Yeah, we've been sort of launching 2 albums on this tour. Yeah, the latest one and that one.
Well, the good news for us is you do have this wonderful new album, Endless Rooms. And did you didn't really get to tour Sideways to New Italy, as you just said, and you went right back in the studio. It sounds like you used that downtime to work on this record, but it was maybe a little different approach for the band than in the past. Can you talk about kind of how this one came together?
Yeah, well, it was, a bit unorthodox. We were all living down in Melbourne, which had basically the longest lockdown in the world. So we were all stuck in our own houses. And so, usually we get together and we like to write together. But for this one, out of necessity, we kind of just were putting our little ideas, over the internet and sending them to each other and working in our own little bubbles. And then when there was little respite from the lockdown every now and then, we would get together and play and get our kind of chemistry through it. So it was a different way of working for us.
It feels to me that you're kind of shifting your signature sound just a little bit on this record, although it's definitely still Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever. But are you able to pinpoint what kind of send you in the new direction?
Yeah, it was the house that we recorded it in. When we were able to get together, as Tom said, after one of the lockdowns, it was like December 2020, we all went away to like this house that belongs to Joe and Tom's extended family. We've been there a bit to write over the years, but so we just started demoing these new songs, and immediately they started to take shape. Because of the way we use the house, it's like sort of like an A-frame open place. Oh, it's on the cover. It's that place that's on the cover. So upstairs there's this mezzanine, and so we put all of the guitar amps up there and had heaps of room mics. So we had we had bigger guitar sounds going on, and that sort of informed the way that we wrote the rest of the songs and recorded the album eventually in that same place.
How do you think that utilizing that space has changed the sound of the album? I read somewhere where you talked about this being your largest record. I don't know if it had anything to do with the sound you were able to get at, I think you call it the Basin?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a house, it's kind of a few hours north of Melbourne, in the middle of nowhere really, and it's just on this big lake called the Basin. And I think that we decided, after the last record was a real studio record, which was a great experience, but we decided we wanted to kind of do it ourselves. We got together with our old friend, Matt Duffy, who did our first 2 EPs, and we were like, we want to work with him again. He kind of, understands, the core of the band or something, like how we work. And we all just got up there, and just the wide open spaces, I think somehow permeated into the record, both the sound of, the acoustics, everything had a bit of beautiful natural reverb, but I guess, also somehow spiritually or something. It's like we're in a wide open space after being confined for so long, and we all just, we got up there and, we cook together and eat together and play, and it's just a nice atmosphere. So I think it somehow crept into the way the record sounded, like more expansive or something.
It sounds idyllic, and you used some field recordings as well. Was that just kind of a spur of the moment decision?
I think we were always planning on doing that. It sort of felt right, that basin, the place that we go to, has been a special place for us for a long time. So it felt right to bring that space, that the air around the house into the record as well.
You're a talented group of songwriters, and you've got so many voices and writers in this group, and I've always gotten the impression that you write together a lot, but it sounds like you had to spend some time working on music yourself and sharing it in a way that you hadn't before. How was that? A positive experience, or maybe we had to do that, but we don't want to do that again?
No, we won't do it again. No, it was good though, because we we're forced to like finish the songs. Like the last album, we sort of like put a bit of a rule in place that we were just like, let's underwrite them and then smash them all together and pick things apart and stuff. That was for Sideways. We were like consciously trying to not write the song, not finish it just by one person, explode them and put them back together. But this one, we were just like finishing the songs, and then, I suppose songs like My Echo and Dive Deep, they had a fair bit of their bare bones already, which was different to, like they had the whole structure ready to go basically, which we hadn't really done before. I don't know. I think I like it when we can rip things apart and then stick them back together, because that's the most exciting thing, I think. So, but we were able to do that, I think, with like The Way It Shatters. We ripped that apart, stuck it back together again, and there was enough carnage.
That's a dancing one as well. You started with that today. You delved into some really deep material on this record, some political territory, and obviously a lot's going on in the world and in Australia. Can you talk a little bit about what was on your mind that made its way into the record?
Yeah, I guess, it's no different here, obviously, but there was a lot happening in Australia at the time, and there still is. We had particularly uninspiring government at the time, who have now been voted out, which is great. But there was a lot of, very depressing, regressive things happening in Australia, and at the same time, it was kind of like, we're not really a political band or anything, and we write about the personal, but I feel like a lot of that stuff couldn't help but seep in, and we had some devastating like bushfires, wildfires in Australia just before the pandemic, and there was actually like smoke in the air in Melbourne, like many hours away, and it just kind of can't help but put these big things into your kind of psyche, and I guess those things found their way into the lyrics, even into the personal stories. The political's always in there, and I don't know. There's hope and stuff. I mean, I can't talk for everyone. I feel like we all wrote separately, but it felt like a lot of our lyrics, when we come together, we were writing about the same sort of things. I don't know. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. It was hard to not let it seep in. It was like, we were sort of conscious that we didn't want to do like a pandemic album, but like even then, like a song like My Echo, like it was just clearly a pandemic sort of a song. But so that just like, well, it was natural, it was right, so we stuck with it. But it was hard, I think, particularly in that time, to not be writing about similar things, because we were having pretty much the same experience.
Well, you've said that this is the album that you've always had in you, sort of an affirmation of what the band is. Can you talk a bit about that?
I think we were really open to start exploring a few different things. I think every album is a response to the last album, and maybe we felt a bit like we were boxed in a little bit by the last album, like trying to kind of hold on to our original sound while do something new. But this one, we felt like the gates had been completely blown off and we could do whatever we wanted, which was really fun. And we had a bit of time, like, we had the luxury of time, and we did a good chunk of it, like just recording, like doing overdubs and stuff back in Melbourne. And because it was in the middle of lockdown, we didn't really have anything else to do but just layer things and put things on top of each other and work out what works. So we were able to give this record a lot more time than we ever have, which, is not always a good thing, but I think, there wasn't anything else to do, so we enjoyed it.
Well, touching on that and what Fran said before that, I read a quote that really touched me, and I think it was you, Tom, that said, "We push each other to make the song stronger." And I really love the creativity and the collaborative nature I've always felt from this band.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is has always been our thing. I mean, we were kind of, we've all known each other for a long time, and we're all basically friends first and relatives first, and then a band second. So I feel like we kind of, we know we do have that collaborative thing to make it stronger no matter who comes up with an idea, which was the great thing about a record like this. We all have our own ideas, and but when we get together, we can, we kind of prod each other and push each other. Sometimes you get a bit lazy when you're writing on your own. Like, that'll do. And then, but with so many heads to knock together, we kind of, we kind of push each idea, take it on face value, and just like, throw everything we can at it and try and make it as good as it can be. And I think that's, I don't know, I guess that's what kind of makes our songs. Yeah, we just it's a many-headed beast, and I guess we push each other in a friendly way. It's always like, it's always in a good way for the good of the song. Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful record. Endless Rooms is the latest album from Rolling Blackouts' Coastal Fever, out on Seattle Sub Pop Records. And again, always so wonderful to see you. Thanks for making time today.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Cheryl.
Thanks, Cheryl.
And thanks to all of our wonderful listeners and viewers. This is a public radio station. You can find out more about us at KEXP.org. If you'd like to donate and support great sessions like this one, we're always appreciative. And you can follow us on our YouTube channel, subscribe, and find thousands and thousands of wonderful live band studio videos at KEXP's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Rolling Blackout Coastal Fever live on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.